There's an $1,800 stimulus check going out next week. No. There's an $1,800 stimulus check coming out later this month. No. There's a $3,400 stimulus check coming out. No. There's a $3,400 stimulus check with $600 of unemployment benefits coming out. No. Am I pulling out my hair, seeing all these crazy stories on other channels today? Yes. But will my hair look as bad as Nancy Pelosi's? Oh, absolutely not. This is McConnell versus Trump. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm here, you're here, and my hair is still in place. But if you keep on sending me those links, I'm going to start losing a lot of hair very quickly. Needless to say, if you want to see me lose my hair, go to the Funniest Channel, subscribe, because that's the best way to watch me lose every last drop of hair for crazy things going on online today. Make sure you hit the alert button so you can alert every time a piece of hair follicle falls out. Also, like this video. In this video, McConnell versus Trump, I will be going over the big developments between Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump, the Senate races that could ultimately determine your second stimulus check and stimulus package. More about that coming up. I'll be going over the big Senate races that could ultimately determine the balance of power in the Senate and could ultimately determine whether you get a stimulus relief now or later, how much and when, and all those wonderful details. And finally, I'll be responding to someone's questions. Actually, a few people sent me this question about an $1,800 stimulus check. No. That will be a lot of fun. And that is what's coming up in this video. So let's turn to the breaking news. The breaking news as we start here today is that there is no change in the deal offers for stimulus checks. There's been some people out there, that are saying that there's an $1,800 stimulus check, that there's a $3,400 stimulus check, that it's agreed, that it's confirmed, that it's going out tomorrow, that it's going out next week, that it's coming, it's going, it's, it's on the tracks, it's arriving, it's coming. No. Oh my God. So where is this coming from, this absolute nonsense? It's coming from a series of compounded sentences put together that mean absolutely not what's being said. Is $1,800 going out to some people? Yes. Is it stimulus checks? No. Is it coming out from the federal government? No. Is $3,400 coming out to some people? Yes. Is it from the federal government? No. Is it for stimulus checks? No. So if you won the lottery last night, if you won Powerball last night, you could be getting, a $1,600 check. Let me make a video about that. $1,600 Powerball check is a stimulus check. No, it's not. It's Powerball check. Let me explain what's going on. Basically, you all know what LWA is. LWA is lost wage assessment. That is the FPUC replacement after FPUC 1.0 expired in July. President Donald Trump passed an executive order to create LWA, which is $300 a week on top of your UI and PUA benefits. It passed, it was created by executive order. Then states applied to it. That's the FEMA money. That's the one I make all those videos about. They went and got that FEMA money by executive order, and it paid $300 a week. When they applied for the money, then the states paid it out to their citizens who were on UI or PUA. They generally were able to pay 6 weeks of benefits. Oh, 6 times 300 is what? $1,800. There we go. Crush the mathematics. There we go. Crush the mathematics. It's sort of like you can always tell these stimulus stories by doing the mathematics before you watch them. As soon as you hear 1,800, I'm like, 1,800 is 300 times 6. I guarantee you I know what the story's about. It's about LWA. So what it's talking about is some states are now removing the $100 threshold that LWA required to qualify for so that residents can get it. So a lot of my viewers, and this is the original UI, PUA, FPUC video time slot, that's why I'm going over this before I get to Mitch and his wonderful hands, is because that threshold, that $100 threshold, disqualified a lot of my viewers. They never got LWA. So some states, I think it's Colorado, I can't remember which ones, are coming back because their legislators passed a rule to say we're going to remove the $100 threshold and we're either going to pay it out with our money or we're going to do something this. And so they're sending out the money to their citizens that did not get LWA. So recap, it's not nationally, it's in a state, and it's generally states that don't have a lot of citizens that have this issue with. We're talking about, I don't know, 10, 20 million citizens. I mean, it's less than the number of citizens in, west part of Los Angeles County. I mean, it's very, very small. And they're saying, okay, we're going to send out $1,800. Congratulations, I have a video for you. You're all going to get $1,800 across the United States. No, absolutely not. Okay, what's that $3,400 story? Well, I mean, you can just keep on doing the math and figure out this out yourself. Okay, no, actually, I think they say $3,600. Oh, well, $3,600 is 600 times 6. Yeah, that's $3,600. Okay, then $3,400. What's $3,400? That's $1,200. That's $2,400. I mean, you can basically figure out what people are doing out there. There has been no stimulus passed today. There was no stimulus passed this weekend. There's no stimulus coming out next week. It's not $1,800. No one has proposed $1,800. I'm doing the Larry Kudlow jaw. He always does this. There's no $3,400. So there you go. We've now eradicated. We've crushed the calculator. Let's turn to McConnell and Trump. Republican-held seats that Democrats were favored to gain 2 to 6 seats are up for grabs with 3 days to go before election night. And those states are deeply entrenched. Ultimately, this impacts your second stimulus because where we are currently is that a stimulus relief that does not come by executive order by the president in the final days before this election or after the election would then come by legislative action. It requires act of Congress. House first, then Senate, then the president signs it. Okay, how does that work? Well, the House is currently Democratic, the Senate is currently Republican, and the president's Republican. It's not so much the issue of what the president is, the question is what the Senate is. Currently, if you have something in the Senate and it lands in the House, if it has something in the House and lands in the Senate, it dies, it stops, it doesn't go anywhere because Republicans can block it because Republicans are not the party that are in the House. So party in the House, Democrats, they write something, they pass it, they send it to the Senate. The Senate's Republican, they stop. They say, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Thank you. There's the wastebasket. What's important to understand, it's not Mitch specifically that can block it. It's the voting of the majority of the party. What's at issue is when you have a majority of one party in the Senate that is not the majority of the party in the House. Every time something comes from the House comes to the Senate, it stops. It doesn't go anywhere. During his first 2 years in office, during his first term, Barack Obama, during his first 2 years of his first term, he had all three. He had the White House, and both houses of Congress as Democratic. So he was able to pass stuff because there was no opposition party blocking him in one house. So the key is what will happen on election night. We don't know. What we clearly appear to now know. A prediction is that we won't know. What we're clearly going to know is that we're not going to know. It looks like the Senate races, unless it's absolutely categorically a landslide in the Senate, you're not going to know the outcome of the Senate on election night. Let me explain what I mean. In the Senate, you have the Democrats needing to pick up a number of seats and to pick up a number of extra seats to ensure that they control the Senate. If they only pick up a few seats and you have a couple runoff seats and it's too close, you won't know. What's going on? Well, the Senate has problems for stimulus, and the problems for stimulus are that you have Senate Republicans who don't want to give you any stimulus. There's some other Senate Republicans who are moderates that do want to give you stimulus, and then there are all the Senate Democrats who want to give you stimulus. The dichotomy of that is that ultimately all the Republicans in the Senate have been voting generally upon party lines. So whenever they see something come from the Temple of Doom, they say, no, stop. What's important to understand is on election night, those people don't leave. Or the day after election night, they don't leave. They don't leave until January. But here's the rub. If when you wake up on Wednesday morning and you tune into me on early mornings, LALATE, I say, okay, here's what happened in the Senate. You got now a 30-seat majority dominated by this party. Then at that point, you and I know that we don't really care about runoffs. We don't care about contested elections. We don't care about anything else because the margin of victory was so large, it won't make a difference. If I tell you on Wednesday morning, okay, the margin of victory was 2 seats or 1 seat, you're going to have to take a breath with me because at that point, we're going to be, okay, we're going to have contested elections. We're going to have runoffs. That's too close to call. I really just don't know what's going to happen. So NPR, National Public Radio, did this analysis for us yesterday, and of Republican-held seats, Democrats favored to gain 2 to 6 seats. This is what they said. Let's look at Arizona. Senator Martha McSally is running against Democratic Mark Kelly, the popular and well-known former astronaut turned gun control advocate after the 2011 Tucson shooting of his wife, then Representative Gabby Giffords, Democratic Arizona. Kelly has led in all but public polls in 2020. Kelly's also significant outraised McSally. So there you go. So a GOP incumbent, McSally, is running against a Democrat, Mark Kelly, who is running on gun control. And he's out spending her. Colorado, a Republican, Senator Cory Gardner is again. He's a Republican incumbent. He's running against the former governor of the state and former 2020 Democratic presidential candidate John Hickenlooper. Hickenlooper initially indicated he wasn't interested in the Senate run, but jumped in after the presidential campaign faded. He's running a lackluster campaign, but the overall Democratic push of the state is probably enough to carry Hickenlooper to a victory. Wow. So he ran for president. Needless to say, I don't recognize the name, but he ran for president and didn't go so well. And then he jumped in for attempt for the Senate case, and it's just been all over the place. But apparently, he may carry the win. Wow. Iowa, first term GOP Senator Joni Ernst, so this is a first-term GOP incumbent, is running against a real estate developer, Teresa Greenfield. This case got very close in the last few months. Ernst has been the early favorite for re-election, but the race has become a toss-up in the close. Wow. So you see how these races, which may have been very wide, got narrow, then got wide. It's just all over the place. And then Maine. We all talk about Maine, and that hot mess express senator herself, Susan Collins. I mean, does anyone really like her? She's the Republican incumbent. She's run against Democratic Sarah Gideon, the Senate's House Speaker. Few have seen their political stock fall as fast as Senator Collins, once one of the most popular senators in the United States. She's at the bottom. The polarization of the Trump era has done no favors to the centrist moderates. Collins is a savvy campaigner and knows her state and knows how to win. But Gideon has been able to capitalize on Collins' sinking political clout and anti-Trump sentiment. Collins has been all over the place. I detailed her on trying to give stimulus as a standalone bill for the airlines. She rushed into the bill. It was dead within one day, and that didn't really help her image either, because she was trying to have the airlines jump in front of you. All she did was appease the airlines. I mean, maybe they gave her some campaign donations. I don't know, but it didn't really. Again, it was just badly thought of trying to help one group over another. Then there's Republican Steve Daniels, who's running in Montana against term limit Democrat Governor Steve Bullock. Wow, that's a big race as well. So you see what's going on is that in these races, and we're talking about McConnell versus Trump, these races are just really nail biters. And that ultimately, when we turn to Tuesday night and Wednesday night, what's important to understand for your second stimulus is how close it will be. some viewers want people to read tea leaves. I don't read tea leaves. I've never have. I just won't do that. That's not my style. And they, want to say, okay, what happens if the GOP maintain control of the Senate? What happens if the Democrats take control of the Senate? There are too many permutations, and I've disavowed any attempt to really do the tea leaves for you at this point. After election night, after I see the margin of victory, I'll certainly be doing it for you. But right now, it doesn't really serve anyone's purpose to predict things that are just too unpredictable with too many permutations. But the point is that you will get stimulus. They have made stimulus a political landmine, and because of it, it's just going left and right. And you see why Senate states have now stepped up with the 1,800 and the 3,400. They're now stepping up and sending out money to their citizens because they don't see the federal government taking care of the situation. It's really good that the states have that extra money, and a lot of states don't have that extra money. Let me go over some incredible questions and comments from yesterday, but stay tuned for Street and Stimulus, which is going to be a big one. Debbie Applegate, good evening, Purple Power. Hey, good evening. Lisa, hello, Elliot. Hello, Lisa. Randy Flores, just saying a prayer. We're in this together. We are, Randy. Yvonne Plank, hello, LA, from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hello, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hello, Yvonne. Connie Redfield, we will be heard. We're not going away. Hello, Mitch. We need stimulus this year, or you will not be on the naughty list with Nancy. We will be heard. I love that remark, Connie. Funny times. All praises to our Lord. We will succeed. Blessings to you, LA, and the Purple Power family and the Purple World family. I love that funny time. Thank you so much. Tammy Victory. Hello, Purple Power. Yes, LA positivity. Yes, we will keep it positive. You see my smile. It's not fake. Robbie Haberson. We need money now. Mary Boone, stop paying taxes. No, you can't stop paying taxes. Tammy Calimbra, rent moratorium needs to be extended to June 2021. Very well said, agreed. Antoinette Scardigno, good evening, everyone. Good everything, everyone. Patiently waiting, tick-tock, tick-tock. Larry Wagner. I'm a 67-year-old disabled man from Houston, Texas. The government needs to help these people and stop screaming us over. God bless America. Thank you for your comment, Larry. Dwayne Kramer. On the Chinese calendar, what year is it? Year of the Jacket? Oh, no, okay. Derek Farron, these kids need to stop fighting and finish what they paid to do. Michael Hubbard, I'm a vet was at the fall of Saigon, and I laid down my life for the greatest country in the world. I bled for this country. It's time for our country to bleed for us and give us the stimulus. Michael Hubbard, 19 hours ago. And I bless you and thank you for your service, Michael. What's important to understand is if you are an adult dependent and you're on your son or child's tax return, you did not even get a first stimulus check from these members of Congress. It's truly disgraceful. And now they want to give you a watered-down stimulus check of $500 for 6 months. So since this pandemic started, we're entering November, 11 months, 10 months, they want to give you $500 total? Oh. If you have questions in today's video, drop them in the comments below. I might feature them tomorrow's coroning. I really appreciate you for those great comments. Go to the friend's channel, subscribe. We're going to get through this together. It's a good day. YT processing times are incredible. They're wonderful today. I just keep our fingers crossed. It's like old time sakes again. I'm really loving it. Go to the friend's channel, subscribe if you've not. Subscribe because we're the best community out there. You see all these incredible comments. One of the things I can't capture on camera is how many emojis everyone's comments are. They're wonderful emojis. Also, like this video. It helps with the ranking. Please like the videos and hit that alert up on this channel. Coming up next is Street versus Stimulus. Got to tune for that. That is a big video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay with LA for more.